Hey everybody, hello and good afternoon. Greetings once again. We are leaving Clearbrook, Virginia, Flying J. So today is Friday. Happy Friday everyone. June 15th, 2018. Local time is 4:56. Temperature is at 83 degrees. Baby Blue and I are on our way to Moorefield, West Virginia. We are going to pick up this load bound for Shawano, Wisconsin. We're going to pick it up for Larry. This is Larry's load. We're gonna pick it up, bring it down to the yard, and Larry's gonna pick me up, and I'm gonna give him this load, and we're gonna team up and hopefully be home by, I don't know, sometime by tomorrow night, maybe Sunday early morning. It's about 800 miles from the yard to Sheboygan. From what I heard, Larry is doing a 10-hour break somewhere at the moment. I have no idea where. Maybe Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think. He said he was an hour away from his delivery. That's all the information I have. Alright, let's see how far we are to Moorefield. History. Pilgrim's Pride. We are 67 miles. To Moorefield, West Virginia. Once again, the local time is 4:57. What do you say we run this camera all the way up there non-stop? What do you think? Well, it might end up having two videos because at 1080p 30, which, all right, first of all, this camera is Sony HDR AS300. That's the one I'm using right now, and it's set for 1080p 30. Rand McNally GPS is, yeah, GPS is Rand McNally 8 Pro. Alright, one of you asked earlier today, why do I need to pay constantly sometimes, or lumpers to pay or to unload my load? And I don't know, I really don't, but I don't understand the whole thing. All I know is the procedure is as follows. I don't know why, but I just know how to do it. When you go to a customer sometimes, alright, it all begins at the shipper. Let's just say the shipper has 20 different items, and one item could be 10 boxes, 5 boxes, even sometimes a 1 box. So instead of shipping 20 different pallets, what they will do is they will just take the whole freight and put it in a in one box, or I mean one pallet, or two pallets, or however many pallets there is, and they'll mix them all up. Just throw them all in there. Now, the customer, they don't want their freight to be mixed. They want it all, as much as possible. They want one kind of product to be in one pallet. That way they could put them in a shelf. For example, let's just say macaroni and cheese. That'd be one pallet. Macaroni and cheese and jalapeno per se, that'd be another pallet. Now, as I said, sometimes the shipper will mix it all up, and so somebody has to segregate that, separate it, put it in different pallets. Sometimes in the scenario where there's just one product, all macaroni and cheese in the whole load. Time is, the customer ordered it five Thai in one pallet. That means 5 Thai means they're just 5 boxes. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they want it 10 high. Well, sometimes the way to ship it is it's 10 Thai and 25 high. So they want that to be restacked according to their specifications. So that's when you had to hire a lumper or the unloading services, or you do it yourself. In most cases, they will ship it the right amount of boxes per layer. Let's just say 10 boxes in one layer. Now I'm talking about pallets, facing that way, so it's easier. But laid down 10 cases, and it's unfortunately they shipped it with 15 high. And the customer only wants it 14 high, so you have to take one layer off and put that in a pallet. There are cases, sometimes scenarios where out of 20 pallets that they ship, the right Thai, but each pallet is one layer over. So you have to take one pallet, you take one layer per each pallet, you put it in one pallet until it becomes 14 high, and you take another pallet, so you'll end up having 22 pallets and one odd one. But here's the kicker. Sometimes some of this shipper just, I don't know, they just don't care. I don't know. I guess they just don't care. What they will do is they will put one layer on the bottom of the pallet that's different, and then they'll stack 14 high of another product. So guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to take 14 off of one pallet just to get to the one layer, instead of putting the 14 on first, then put the one layer on. That's the way it should be, right? You know, as I said, I don't know whether it's they don't care or it's just the time, or I don't know. But sometimes they will put the first layer way on the bottom and then the rest on top. I've been to some places where they will charge about $450–500 to unload the whole load. Myers used to be like that. Myers used to be so bad. Myers out of Lansing, Michigan. Oh, they were notorious. Now sometimes, oh, here's another scenario. Now we all know when you stack a product, you stack the very heaviest on the bottom first, right? Then you go to the lightest on top. Well, sometimes they will put the heaviest on the top and the lightest on the bottom. So by the time you get to your destination, all the product on the bottom are all crushed. So now the whole pallet is leaning, and there it's all over the floor. So yeah, the father of the righteous man has great joy. He who has a wise son delights in him. Proverbs 23:24. Oh, what else? The other questions that it's been reoccurring questions. Don't remember any of it. Larry says, get off duty because you are going to be logging in here and get us home so I can get a reset. Yeah, good luck with that, Larry. By the way, he means that if I log in his truck and he goes to sleeper berth for 34 hours, he can get a reset that way. Even though he's in the truck, it is possible to get a reset while you're traveling, as long as you're not driving. Oh boy. Hello? Hello? What am I gonna do for my vacation? I think my wife wants to clean up the garage. She wants me to make a shelving for their shoes. I can't understand why they have so many shoes. Holy smokies, the amount of shoes they have at the house. Let's see, I have one snow boots, one hiking boots, and then this one. So I only had 3 pairs of shoes. I got so many shoes and boots. Girls and shoes. And then she wants me to, I think she's gonna get me a tool chest from Menards. One of the things about Menards is that they have this, interest free for 1 year, I think it is. Basically, just clean up the garage and paint the garage. I don't feel like traveling anywhere. Although I could see myself enjoying some time with Goldie. I'd like to try this year to do the iron butts or saddle sore. Basically, you ride your motorcycle for 1,000 miles, and less than 24 hours is the goal. Saddle sore is the 1,000 miles. Iron butt is the 1,500. Yeah, 1,500 miles in 36 hours, I think it is. So if you were to average 65 miles an hour in 24 hours, that comes out to 1,560 miles. That's averaging at 65 miles an hour. And that's like halfway to California. I don't know. I once rode my Goldwing from Sheboygan down to Columbia, South Carolina. I think there's Fort Jackson, I think it is, right? There's an army training base down there, Columbia, South Carolina. My son went for his army training. Yeah, my son went for his army training down there, and he begged me to come down there for his graduation. And so I rode my motorcycle all the way down. And I think I left sometime about 5 a.m. in the morning. Got down there. Which was really hard. But what made it more difficult is the way home. Oh wow, that was hard. I started hallucinating. Everywhere I would look on the way back, I would see far from a distance military vehicles, fatigues, camouflage, anything army, people walking across the highway. For example, like an army truck or an army tank would park on the long side of the road, and when I would come to it, it would turn out to be a tree. But no matter how much of course I know what it was. I knew that it was just a hallucination. But no matter how much I would try to reset my eyes and reset my mind, it would just stay as it was, until I would come close to it. That was the freakiest thing I've ever known. I don't know, to do 1,000 miles in 24 hours really accomplishes nothing. Really, you just ride and ride and ride and ride. You don't have a whole lot of places. You don't have a whole lot of time to stop in places and take pictures and just so you can tell yourself and your friends, hey, I did it. Somewhat of a cheap thrill, right? That copper lives right there. Open the mailbox, so that's got to be his mailbox. Also, one of you asked if I have a GoFundMe page. No, I do not. I gotta find out if I'm going the right way here. Remember last time? We ended up picking up in Virginia, not up here. Okay, we're going to Moorefield. Good, 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 good. Yeah, 7 miles to Carper's Pike. Driving so slow. They're not even doing the speed limit. They're turning. Back to the unloading procedure or process. Did you know that the trucking company are willing to pay lumpers $400 or $500 to unload the product, but they're not willing to pay that to their drivers if the drivers will volunteer to do it. I think the last going rate was 5 cents a box. Yeah, I think it was 5 cents a box if you unload the whole trailer, or if you unload and restack product, which is really dirt cheap, and yet they have no problem paying lumpers absurd amount of money to unload that product. I never understood that. In some cases, the unloading has already been prepaid. The lumpers will unload it, and It's between the shipper or the broker. In some cases, you as a driver are required to assist the unloading process. In the case of last week over there in Minnesota, I was not required to unload it, but I figured if I help out, the faster I'm gonna get out of there. So even though I didn't get paid to unload or help that, the fact that I got out of there early in hope that I could deliver the next load was my motivation. So yes, sometimes it's the driver's advantage to help to unload product. And sometimes the lumpers are so busy. In many cases, I've delivered one or two pallets to a customer, but the lumper said it's going to be a couple hours before we can get to you. So instead of waiting for the lumper to do it, it's better if you unload it. All right, the dirty trick that some of these customers will do is they will require you to have steel toe boots, a vest, and in order for you to use their power jacks, you'll have to provide a certificate of training that you have been trained to use that certain equipment. Sometimes you even have to prove proof of insurance. They will do everything they can to require you to prove everything, all the red tape, so that you cannot unload it yourself, therefore disqualifying you to unload it. Therefore forcing you to hire them to unload it for you. In some cases, they will not even allow you to use a power jack. You have to use the hand jack, and the product can sometimes weigh 3,000 or 4,000 pounds a pallet. And they'll give you a hand jack, and the hand jack is just garbage. I mean, it doesn't even work properly. They will require you to have safety goggles, gloves, safety vest, steel toe boots, insurance, certificate of training, so most drivers just give up and say, okay, there you go. miles an hour now. Welcome to West Virginia. Wild and wonderful. Alright, he's gonna let me pass. You guys want to hear something really weird that just popped up in my head? Imagine a very, very rich person lives out in the middle of nowhere and hires people to haul sand from one village to the other for $12 an hour. So he hires all these people to haul sand from one village to the other, and then after all the sand in that village was empty, then he hires the same people to haul this sand from this village back to that village. And people asked, why? What's the point? I mean, why are we hauling sand just back and forth? What's the point of all of it? And he says, well, it's not the sand. The sand is just an excuse. It's what you do between hauling the sand with your fellow workers, your families. Is really what matters. Hauling the sand is insignificant. The sand is just a tool. Isn't that the way life is? Isn't that what life on earth is? We're just hauling sand from one place to the other. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. We're hauling chicken from here all the way to Wisconsin. We're hauling, I mean, if you think about it, everything is just dirt, right? Everything on this world is just dirt. Eventually ashes. We're just hauling one product from there, here to there. We don't really build anything. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but nothing that we do in this life, nothing we build, nothing material things the material things that we build and haul is really insignificant. It's worthless. But what we do between, at the time that we're hauling the sand with our friends, co-workers, families, those memories are of a lifetime. Those are the point. You ever look at it that way? Welcome to Yellow Springs. And if I may go a little bit further, the Bible teaches that without the Lord in your heart, those things that you do between you and your family, it's just dirt as well. What profits a man to gain the whole world, but to lose his own soul? No matter how good of a memory we have in this life, without Christ we die, and those memories die with us in torment. Live and let live. time is 5:44. 31 more miles to go. I hope I get loaded early today. Also, wanted to question is, do I like automatic transmission or manual? From what I understand, there is no such thing as an automatic truck. It's called an auto shift. An automatic is like a car, pickup truck. In trucks, I don't think they have automatic. It's auto shift. It's still the computer's the one shifting it. But just for the sake of conversation, yes, I do like the auto shift. I don't need 15 or 18 gears, so I can feel like I'm a truck driver. I'm not knocking the ones that like it. It's just, to me, it's just a gear. It doesn't make you a truck driver or not. Oh, I know. Some of you are gonna hate me for that. But it is what it is. What is the definition of a professional truck driver? I have no idea. The way I look at it is, if I'll get it from point A to point B in any way, shape, or form. If I have to put it, if I have to gear, if I have to jam the gear in gear to shift it, let's jam it. You know, to me, the only thing that matters is you get it from point A to point B. Worry about worry about tomorrow and some other day. Welcome to Wardensville, West Virginia. Terry Huntress, your pickup truck's still there. Time is 5:51, 85 degrees. Oh, golden trike. "25 miles to Moorefield." Come on, baby blue. Come on, baby blue. You can do it, baby blue. You don't need to downshift, baby blue. Come on, baby blue. Come on, go. Get it, baby blue. Come on. Come on, baby blue. Night gear. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, she's climbing. Baby blue's climbing. 41, 43, 44. All right. See, baby blue, I knew you could do it. Nicely done there, baby blue. know that guy. That guy picks up at Pilgrim's Pride all the time. He's got to be at least 55, probably weighing about 110 pounds. Really, really skinny guy. West Virginia. I got 19 more miles to go. Baker, West Virginia. amazing. Hello? Hello? You know what? I want to take this exit. I've never taken this exit on the way down. I've taken it a few times going up. Oh, by the way, did you guys know that David Ogden Stiers, aka Major Charles Winchester III, has died this year? Oh man, I didn't know that he was from Oregon. He sure got the Boston, Massachusetts act perfected, right? Yeah, he died this year. Either we can make a left or we can go straight. Let's go straight. Private property right here. All right, everybody, as always, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Greatly appreciate it. Have a good and godly day. We'll see you later. Peace.